The showcase of the Immortals WrestleMania has shown us some of the greatest masterclasses of wrestling in history. But not everybody bats 1,000, and God knows sometimes there's been an immortal shit on the grandest stage of them all. From the boring to the insulting, this is Extreme League Wrestling, and here are our top 10 worst WrestleMania matches of all time. Number 10, Jack Swagger vs. Alberto Del Rio, WrestleMania 29. This match for the World Heavyweight Championship sees Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter and their crazy uncle on Facebook who only watches Fox News gimmick. And don't get me wrong, Zeb, I also hate Alberto Del Rio, but not because he's an immigrant, but because he's a piece of shit. And surprise, surprise, the crowd was really not into this match or this angle at all. You could hear a wet fart in this crowd. With uninspired offense and a really clunky layout, this match really has no gusto to be on this stage. The ending sees Jack Swagger waiting around for his cue for him to slide into the ring, almost get counted out, have Alberto Del Rio put him in an armbar, and then Alberto retains the title by tap out. And let me check my notes, that was bad. But you know what might make it good? There it is. Are you enjoying the video so far? If so, why don't you stay around a while? Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. Number 9, Akibono vs. Big Show, WrestleMania 21. Given my last video, I can appreciate WWE trying to integrate another culture's combat sport into the granddaddy of them all. And to be fair, a lot of Western audience members who could like the world of sumo maybe have not seen a traditional sumo match. And for that and the education purposes of it, and for Big Show having the gall to step up and to do this sort of out-of-the-box match idea, I do applaud. But it's just so long, and so plotting, and so boring. And don't get me wrong, that is not the fault of sumo, but it's the fault of WWE. We just got done seeing multiple car crash style WrestleManias. What makes you think we want to see a slow plotting match like this? Great idea, horrible execution, did it in the wrong era, and we got to see Big Show fall on his big ass. Number 8, Kane vs. the Great Khali, WrestleMania 23.
This is a free AI voice that cheap bastard Extreme League Wrestling got to tell you about Kane vs. the Great Khali. Because this match is so boring, he would rather save his voice because of the gorgeous garbage on the rest of this list. This match is for inter-promotional reasons. Kane's entrance is still a banger. I hope this is how he walked out when he was elected. Big bastard boys are boring on this one. Imagine a She vs Jericho last year on AEW Dynamite, but if their 2K rating was brought down to -100, make them 7 feet tall and they forgot how to wrestle. I hope Vince McMahon had a good wank on this one.
Number 7, Bart Gunn vs. Butterbean, WrestleMania 15. Have you ever joked about something and then the joke went way too far? Let me introduce you here to Vince Russo, who created a whole shoot fight tournament just to see JBL get his ass kicked. And sure, he got that, but the Brawl for All tournament really did unalive so many people's careers. Of course, the point of this tournament was to put over Dr. Death and have him face the WWE Champion and make him a superstar, but unfortunately, he lost in the second round. With the eventual winner being the aforementioned Bart Gunn, yes, we did get to see JBL get his ass kicked, but instead of a WWE title opportunity, Bart Gunn had to go up against Butterbean. In which, name and looks aside, this man is a knockout artist, and you want to put a untrained boxer in the ring with him on one of the biggest wrestling pay-per-views of the year? How do you think it went? Fun fact, there is actually a whole Dark Side of the Ring documentary on the Brawl for All tournament and how it affected everybody's lives afterwards, and Butterbean had an interesting insight into his WrestleMania 15 boxing match versus Bart Gunn. While the Baked Boy showed respect to Bart Gunn, saying that it was admirable of him to train as an actual boxer, that actually probably was his downfall in the fight. Going on to say that Bart Gunn probably would have lasted longer with him in the ring if he had the wild brawling style of punching that he had throughout the rest of the tournament and didn't try to outbox him, because, you know well, Butterbean's an actual boxer. And Russo, bro, I gotta be honest with you, this is some shit. Number 6, Bret Hart vs. Vince McMahon, WrestleMania 26. You know, with current insight, I really don't think Vince McMahon has been working, brother. Whether it be inside or outside of the ring, you can think of no other villain that defines WWE than the man who created this all, Vince McMahon. But finally, at WrestleMania 26, after 13 long years, Bret Hart is finally going to be able to get the hands on the man who screwed him in Montreal. And of course the build had the subtlety of a cartoon-sized mallet hitting you right upside the head, with Bret faking breaking his leg, hitting Vince upside the head with his cast, and then Vince giving him the old dick twist. And in kayfabe or not, Vince McMahon's plan is idiotic to defeat Bret Hart. Oh yeah, Bret, I'm gonna pay off your entire family to help me beat you. Do you really think that's gonna happen? Especially after Montreal? And oh yeah, remember Owen and how Vince's neglect led to his death? Nah, we could take a couple of dollars and just betray our entire family. But of course it doesn't work. The Hart family turns on Vince, and Bret gets on the mic and says it's time for the Hart family to screw Vince. You know, we keep talking about screwing. Are you sure we're still on YouTube? Slow, clunky, time-consuming, but I guess we finally got to see Bret screw Vince. Damn these innuendos. Number 5, The Undertaker vs. Jai Gonzalez, WrestleMania 9. While the WrestleMania undefeated streak of the Phenom is one for the history books, there's a reason why Jai Gonzalez, while a large man, is just a small footnote in that history. And why is that? Where do I start? Jai Gonzalez's ring gear is just one hairy naked man. WrestleMania 9 is one of the worst manias, period. It's during the day in an outdoor show, which kinda takes away from the grandiosity of everything. Undertaker's entrance during the daytime does not work. He does look like a bit of a foolish waterfowl whenever he comes out, and yes, I do mean a, quote, silly goose. And Jai Gonzalez sells about as well as a Circuit City employee in 2023. Also, this is The Undertaker's only win via DQ in his WrestleMania history because Jai Gonzalez chloroforms him and gets disqualified. For reasons. Overall, a horrible Mania match and a giant fart for Spooky Mark. Number 4, Goldberg vs. Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 20. This match is not only here because of the two men involved, but because of Vince McMahon's long-term rival. No, not God, not his own facial hair, I'm talking about internet wrestling fans. Prior to this event, it had been leaked online that both Goldberg and Brock Lesnar were looking to leave WWE after WrestleMania 20, which the live crowd was none too happy to hear because why should they buy into this match if both men are gonna be gone? With boos raining down from the live crowd, this really has the awkwardness of a divorced dad taking his kids to the zoo on the weekend. Commentary eventually tries to reason with the fans and try to turn their negative chants into positive ones, with a "you sold out" chant being said because, oh well, we sold out WrestleMania 20, of course. Brother, just like stock in Silicon Valley Bank, I ain't buying that I will say, it is weird having 3 men in the ring in Stone Cold, Goldberg, and Brock Lesnar who are used to being adamantly cheered just get booed out of the building. Brock Lesnar and Goldberg's subsequent rematches are 5-star classics compared to this one because wow, when you're not leaving a company the next day, you tend to give more of a about your work. The cheap beers and cheap stunners at the end of it couldn't save this match, and while I love Stone Cold, this match properly belongs here. Number 3, Michael Cole vs. Jerry the King Lawler, WrestleMania 27. I sooner eat thumbtack cereal than watch heel Michael Cole on WWE. That entire year drove me away from wrestling, and once it was over, I finally felt comfortable to come back. And I don't want that to be a dig at Michael Cole. He is a fabulous commentator and has truly blossomed under Triple H. But when your head of creative keeps giving you chicken and wanting you to turn it to chicken salad, sometimes you just got a big pile of chicken. And right now, when it comes to matches, Steve Austin is 0 for 2 when he's a special guest referee. Maybe stop doing them, bud. And again, with the Raw Anonymous General Manager BS, the ending gets overturned, making Michael Cole the winner because Stone Cold was Stone Cold and made him eat a stunner to help Jerry Lawler win because Cole was being a dick. Awful match. Awful ending, completely undermined by the whole laptop BS, and we didn't even get our blow-off match with Jerry the King Lawler versus Hornswoggle. Waste of time. Number 2, Yokozuna versus Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania 9. Look, you know why this match is on this list. I know why this match is on this list. If you've even heard of WrestleMania, you know why this match is on this list. You never forget your first real shit-the-bed moment, and God isn't this WrestleMania's. And there's no amount of therapy and self-medication to help me forget it. And hell, everyone involved in the match knows how much bullshit is involved here. Gotta love the Hulkster dropping that backstage politic and leg drop right on the Yokozuna and Bret Hart. Instead of being an honorable babyface like Hulk ideally would and having the match restarted and having Bret's back, he goes, nah, screw that, I want the belt for myself, I'll challenge Yokozuna right now. And everyone's aware of it, including Mr. Fuji, who makes the challenge in the first place and basically just says, Terry, get your ass in here and let's get this over with and go home. Not everything in life can have a beautiful ending, and a lot like my last relationship, sometimes you just have to laugh through that pain. And finally, our number 1 worst match in WrestleMania history, John Cena vs. The Miz, WrestleMania 27. WrestleMania isn't just the biggest wrestling show of the year. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for individuals to see a wrestling show to this magnitude. People save for years, plan international flights, hotels. It's big business for cities and also a big money and time commitment for those fans who want to go and watch the show. Now imagine this, you save your money, you get your plane ticket, you get your tickets to the show, you get your hotel, you've bought food, you even bought a couple of those Fruity Pebble looking t-shirts that John Cena's face is on. Now imagine all that time, saving, dedication to being a fan, and the main event is just an ad for next year's Mania! But before we get to that, let's get about what's wrong with the match entirely. The Miz's WWE champion still feels like an awful fever dream. Both of these men couldn't buy a single cheer inside of the Georgia Dome. John Cena's Wapadoo 5 moves of doom get booed heavily. Overall, the match has the same personality type as a wet piece of bread. While not only boring as hell, it ends in a double countout. Go home 80s wrestling, you're drunk, and probably on cocaine. But of course, we all know what this is leading to. The Rock starts a feud with the laptop, restarts the match, betrays John Cena, and helps The Miz win to set up the WrestleMania once-in-a-lifetime match that we got twice in a lifetime, because that makes f***ing sense! Not only a giant waste of time and what the main event of WrestleMania is not supposed to do at all, it's weird to have it as an ad for next year's event and to have the damn faux hawk win the championship. Hey WWE Human Resources, I have an idea, and everyone's welcome packet when you hire them on to be a part of the company, include a recipe for chicken salad so we can stop working with chicken. And that is our list for the worst WrestleMania matches of all time. What do you think is the worst WrestleMania match of all time? Let me know in the comments down below. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video. This has been Extreme League Wrestling, and we'll catch you next time.